Hey, what is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today we are on the road watching the end of the Lloyd Stearman Mercedes auction. So there's 30 minutes left in the auction right now, and unfortunately I can't show it on screen, but I will put the link in chat, so it's in the description and in the chat so everybody can check it out and follow along here at the end, or bid. So if you're interested in this amazing project, you can jump in and bid because it's still incredibly cheap for what the car is. But we can talk about it or talk about really anything else as this auction. We're going to have a watch party. Oop, don't slow down that much. it felt like you pulled a solid 15 out of it. What's going on, Mike G? So we're actually out on the highway, and unfortunately we wanted to do this live stream back in the shop, but we had some missions to go on today and we had to do it. So that's why we're in the car doing this live stream and watching the auction here. So if you haven't bid, now's your chance. There's 28 minutes left in this auction, and it's at $5,000, which is crazy cheap for a running, driving vintage Mercedes. Well, running, kind of driving. Could possibly drive if you put it in gear and then started it. So there's not much left. We did talk about kind of everything there is to do on this car, but the short list is master cylinder for the brakes, master cylinder for the clutch, and then all 5 slave cylinders, one for each wheel and the clutch. So it's going to cost about $1,000 to finish all the brakes. The slave cylinders are very cheap. I think they're like $70 each. I'd say throw pads on it because why not? And then flush the hydraulic system out again and put that master on. The master is $389. So honestly, really, really cheap to put all this stuff back together. The only problem is you'll have to find a machine shop to bore the clutch cylinder and reseal the clutch master. But yeah, $5,000 at the moment, and we are at 27 minutes and 27 seconds on the dot right there. Just bought a Trailblazer SS, always awesome. Honestly, you guys know I love Trailblazer SSs. Keep oil in that thing because they love to blow up. So every Trailblazer SS is on its second engine. That's just how it is. So if you don't have oil pickup on it, or you use an O-ring, you should be checking out those things. A lot of Trailblazer guys in forums run it quart over full, and that'll keep it from oil when you launch it. Trailblazer SS is always oil starved when they take off because they rock back so hard. So good luck. You could probably build your own Brembo big brake kit for the vintage bins. Pretty easy. I mean, disc brake conversions are always relatively easy to do. So sure, you could have big brake for what it costs, $6,000-$7,000. The museum sold its. Yep. A lot of people talk. All right, back to the stream here. Oh, 5,100. 5,100. Somebody just bid. Was it somebody in the lately? So that's pretty crazy. Oh, connection unstable. There's nothing I can do about it because we're driving and out in the hills. Sorry about that. Want to buy an 89 Corolla? No, I don't. I try not to work on the older stuff, as you guys know. Yeah, but I mean, one quick Google search definitely tells you who Lloyd Stearman is. I mean, if you don't know who he is, he's basically the father of aircraft in this company. A lot for DoD. Started the Stearman Aircraft Company, the trainer that basically all the early Air Force pilots used. I mean, Stearman's definitely a pretty big name in aviation, but one of the biggest. So I do understand that it's just a Mercedes to most people. That's also videos didn't really do well because nobody actually cares about an old Mercedes. I understand, but somebody out there has to care about history a little bit and also care about aviation a little bit. Oh, it's not America's slowest cell service. We are in nowhere, Kansas. I mean, look, we are in the absolute middle of nowhere, driving 3.5 hours, and that is absolutely normal. There are, like, I can see a cell tower just popped up over the hill, so we might be good, but that cell tower is probably 10 miles in front of us. I just see like a dot out on the horizon, so maybe it'll be better for the last few minutes of the auction here. But I mean, I have Verizon, the most unlimited Verizon there is. So we can't have better cell service than that. 5,100, 23 minutes. We texted quite a bit about the car, and his plan was to buy it, get it running real quick, and then drive it home. And I was like, dude, there's no chance you were just driving this home. It has to be trailered somewhere. So that's what it came down to for him. He was still like, I buy it, but I don't know if the logistics work out, that was kind of our deal. So it was already planning on going on Bring a Trailer from the beginning. That was what Brandon wanted to do. So we went with Brandon's plan. So. Oh, you bid on it? Awesome, Jason. That's cool. I don't think there are any uncovered issues. I wouldn't worry at all. I mean, we've been over basically everything on the car, inch by inch in all the videos. There is no reserve. It is selling for whatever it sells for. You can see on the auction, it says NR. That's no reserve. So I don't think you're going to find any uncovered issue, but obviously rear end's leaking, but the rear end's working, and you're going to need to throw brakes on it all the way around and a clutch master. There's another state trooper, isn't it? Top of the hill. Isn't it? It is.
Yeah. He's probably waiting for me.
He got the call. He got the call from the other state trooper. Wow, that guy doesn't want to turn.
Yeah, I was like, he started to go and then just didn't go.
Yep.
Oh, semis usually over here. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're on the only hill in Kansas. Well, I assume there's been 7 days of this auction, and people should have figured out, who Lloyd Stearman is within that 7 days. And we made plenty of videos about it, and I talked about the history quite a bit in the first video. So he's a pretty instrumental figure in Wichita. It'd be cool if the car just stayed in Wichita because, aviation capital of the world here. Yeah, perfect. I was like, that state trooper can still see us. We good. All right. Somebody said probably ICE agents. Who knows?
Wrong direction.
Yeah. All right, let's check on the auction. 5,100, 21 minutes, 22 seconds. So we are counting it down. About 20 minutes left here. All right, let's go look at the current high bidder. Has he bid multiple times here? So, airspeed photo. I only see one bid from the current bidder. But we're hoping in the last 5 minutes here, this thing really takes off. That's the hope. So, well, the thing is, I think it costs money to do a reserve. I didn't really have anything to do with the Bring a Trailer auction. Brandon, that was in the first video with me from Sullivan Auto House, he set up all of that. So I think that either Bring a Trailer charges you a fixed amount that's pretty huge, or they take an even bigger percentage if you turn a reserve on. And also, people are always discouraged to bid if there is a reserve because they're afraid that it'll hit the reserve and they'll be that bidder, so they're going to own it, right? So in no reserve auctions, people can kind of play around. But in reserve auctions, what if you're the magic guy that hits the number and then you're stuck with a car, right? So that's kind of why people don't love reserved auctions. And I think Bring a Trailer was like, let's just no reserve it, and Brandon agreed. So at this point, we're not even break even yet. We're not even, we are well under. So this will be a bad deal, but it should take off as time goes on here. And that's the hope. 5,119 minutes. So the market on these is like $10, $12, $11,000, somewhere in that, I like saying them out of order. Yeah, exactly. 7,000 seems right on the money for this car, maybe a little more. We'd be happy to have a little more than 7, but 12 is probably roughly the market. If you really clean it up, it's, the market's unlimited for these cars because they are very cool, and I'm sure it drives incredibly well. I've driven a lot of old Mercedes, and I actually love the character and how they drive. And this engine's incredible, so there's something to say about that. Just clean up the last few things, and we would have done it, but the problem with doing it is I just didn't want to end up putting too much money into it and not seeing it back. And that's all it comes down to. Waldo's World? I don't know who Waldo's World is. Is it Jimmy's World? Oh, Jason bid again. 5,200. I mean, either way, at 5,200, you do have to think that it's a crazy, crazy price for a car like this. I mean, what else you buying for 5,200? Dodge Dart, current gen Dodge Dart, last gen, whatever, you know, the one that's gone. Fiat 500s. We buy a lot of $5,000-ish cars. The PT Cruiser, I'll also take $5,000 for, right? I mean, you could get a bunch of not very good new cars, or you could have this classic that has a lot of history to go with it, which is kind of cool. So I don't think you can go wrong, especially at these prices. I see. I haven't seen his channel, but maybe I've seen one of his videos before. Now that you guys mention it, I think I have seen one of Waldo's videos. How's it going in the Czech Republic? Sounds cool. And hey, Damien from the UK. I don't love Toyota, guys. I think it's no secret that Toyota doesn't make a single exciting car, except for the Supra, and of course they canceled the Supra. So that's Toyota's MO. They're like, hey, we're going to build something good. Cancel it. Let's build some more Camrys. Any more videos on your grandfather's truck coming? Not anytime soon, because obviously we figured out what was wrong with it again. It's totally ready to go. I am going to do thicker push rods. That's interesting that the forums say the 392 FE needs thicker push rods. And I was like, that seems ridiculous, because you want the push rods to be the failure point, right? You want them to bend before the rest of the valve train breaks if something goes wrong. But I guess the deal is 392 FEs or 396 FEs, they just prefer having a thick push rod to push over the rocker pressure, spring pressure, whatever's going on that. Yeah, the BMW Supra is amazing. Everyone loves the A90. You can't really hate on the A90 in any way at this point. Like, everyone loves it. It's an incredible racing platform. It doesn't matter that the Z4 exists. The Z4 is also good. The new Supra is an incredible car that I probably want to own. So that's why they canceled it. What's going on, Randy? 17 minutes left in the auction. We got a PT Cruiser update coming, I think, tonight, too. I think we'll be rocking the PT Cruiser tonight, maybe even tomorrow, depending on how everything. How long does it sell all the parts after you strip a car? Months and months and months. I mean, we warehouse the parts. We shelve them all and just wait till they sell. It doesn't really matter when they sell. They do sell. So that's kind of what we go for. And if they don't sell after 6-8 months, we start tossing them. Dad Bod, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Did your we don't talk about the Crusher anymore. I don't think we even can talk about it anymore legally. So there's nothing else to say in regards to that. I need to block that from comments so it stops popping up. Sorry if you want to know what's going on with it, but I'm pretty sure there's an NDA involved with the end of it. So nothing else to be said about that. I see all the comments. Yeah, that pneumatic parts shaker is super cool for the carb clean. Love that thing. We've used it for years and years and years to clean carburetors, and they come out beautiful. I mean, you saw the carbs on the Mercedes came out. They are absolutely brand new looking, like they were just cast the other day. So throw that in there, put it on the shaker. It sits there and gets the fluid through all the passageways. And if you don't get the fluid through all the passageways, like I said, or Dad mentioned, we have those orifice drill bits, tiny little drill bits, just so we can get through all the little bore holes and things like that in carburetors. So how did you end up supporting O'Reilly's? O'Reilly's is right beside my house. That's the thing. Also, I've talked about it many times, but the other parts stores, I don't want to say anything bad about them, but I like working with people that know something about cars. I mean, the other ones are just, it's like going to Walmart and asking for car parts, which sometimes I can't Walmart. I love using them for tires. I don't usually take on projects. I don't think a Kia Soul engine replacement would be a good part of the channel. That's kind of the thing. It doesn't have a story if somebody gives me a project, and you got to have a story about the car for it to connect with the audience at all. So that's why I don't take on other people's car projects. Tough Jug's awesome. Love them. Glad you're enjoying yours. Let's see where we're at. Sorry, I wish I could share the screen, like put it right here, but since we're on the laptop, I don't have OBS on here, so I can put the camera beside the stream. 5,200, 13 minutes. Eric's driving. Well, Eric's not driving. You guys know all about Comma, so Comma's driving. You can see that Eric's just chilling. This is how driving should be. He's not doing a thing, just staring at the road, and we're just enjoying our 3 hours of sitting in the car as the car drives itself to the lake. We're just going to the lake to check on the lake house. That's what's going on right now. Yeah, I actually did a fleet update, Timothy, last month. So if you just go back there, you can see all the vehicles. 40 mile a gallon VW TDI sounds cool, but there's another project that a subscriber reached out to me about, and I think I'm going to go buy that one because it's pretty cool. Randy said come buy 10 more cars from him and he'll give us stories. We know, Randy. Any regret selling the old building? Absolutely, we do regret it. The train, we don't regret. The train and the videos did not work together very well at all. But we need 30-foot ceilings now so we can warehouse parts, and unfortunately that building was incredible for what we do. And now here we are without enough building for what we're doing. Sorry about the roads in Kansas that have the center strip as a rumble. The door chime at O'Reilly's is a main character on the channel for sure. That's honestly why I always put the door chime in. I love it. It like denotes when I'm going to buy car parts. So big fan of that. The internet wants to know, how's your heart doing, Eric?
Good.
It's good. All right, there you go. There's your update. It's good.
It beats.
It's beaten. What catback exhaust would you recommend for an LS1 Camaro? Look, it's got to be the SLP loudmouth, right? I think the loudmouth's a little on the loud side. That was always the debate back in the day, is we'd love to hate on people that had the loudmouth, but it does sound good. It's not bad. So either a Hooker Blackheart probably has the perfect exhaust for that, or, hey, Brandon's on the phone. Can I answer the phone and be on the internet? Let's see what's up. What's going on, man? We're live streaming the end of the auction. Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching it. 5,400 in 10 minutes. I'm sure you're watching it, right? Okay, perfect. Cool. I will. I'll see if any questions pop up that I can add some context to. Definitely. Yeah, the comments are like super positive on this auction for sure, and everybody's adding their own color for the AC systems. Well, really, everyone keeps talking about Sears in the comments. Absolutely. Usually the Bring a Trailer comments are pretty middle, but I mean, everybody loves this old Mercedes and everybody loves Sears air conditioning. So we will. I mean, we're getting close to the money. All right. Thanks, Brandon. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, guys. I mean, obviously, if you buy this car, feel free to come hang out, because I assume you'll be bringing a trailer or calling transport to get a trailer, get it on there. I mean, transport's a little tough with non-runs, right? Non-moves. They love to complain, but I mean, we'll help them get it on there, get it on a winch, get it on the trailer, whatever they need. But, we'll go to lunch, we'll hang out and talk about the car, whatever you want to talk about. So love to see more Riley on the channel. Congrats on fixing the 220S. I mean, I don't know if you can say we fixed it all, but it's a lot better. It's very, very close to back on the road. Tires are honestly pretty cheap. I forgot what the tires were. I think they were $280 a piece from Coker. So Coker has the white wall tires that belong on it, and that would be pretty critical. Although it'll drive a little ways on those tires, but they are coming apart from sitting for so long. So it's got a small to-do list. Not too much money away from driving though, so it would be very cool to drive that car one more time. And I had this all lined up, guys. I had so there's the restaurant called Stearman here in Wichita, basically, right? Will you drive it to Oklahoma if I buy it? I will trailer it to you if you buy it, Randy. Deal. I guess throw me the 300 for diesel, and we'll make it happen. That's what it comes down to.
We gotta flood it first.
We have to flood it. Yeah, Eric said we have to flood it so that you can fix it. Randy's absolutely killing it with the flood rebuilds right now. So if you need us to add some story to the car, we're not going to do that. But what was I saying? Come hang out?
Yeah.
There you go. Jason's sending it to Randy's house. I guess we could make that happen. So I forgot where I was going with that, but it's very close to run drive at this point. Where are we at? 5,400, 7 minutes left. We're counting it down, guys. We are into the very last minutes of this auction here. So this is what's happening IRL. I know everybody wants to see what's going on IRL. We're just going to stare at that for the next. It goes back to 2-lane in about 20 miles, 15 miles. So that's when we'll be done looking at the back of this semi truck. Exciting, right? At least we have the auction to keep us entertained. We got the auction and rush hour 2.
I don't know if you can tell people that.
Oh, we can tell people that.
Just watching TV.
Watching.
How dangerous is it to have a car that drives itself and you're just sitting there watching TV?
Not dangerous at all.
Yeah.
The car drives itself. That's the most important part. Comma.ai. Head over there. Your car can drive itself. Go on a cruise with Monkey Rich Mike in it. That would be very cool for sure. Obviously, he's a big Mercedes guy. Do you still find time to ride motorcycles? I do from time to time. I mean, Eric needs another bike. That's the thing. So it's kind of boring to go riding by myself. So Eric does need a new bike. And we sold that Harley. Sorry. As soon as we find him another bike, we'll be out riding again. We can add on to my current shop building. It's a 40x60 and a normal size 40x60. So we'd like to just put another 40x60 behind it, which would be ideal. Hey, scenic Kansas landscape. You're absolutely right. Good old Kansas. Everything's dead. That's what's going on. Middle winter, everything's dead. What happened to the X350 Jag? I don't know what the X350 Jag is. No, Eric. They fixed Eric's heart. He was asking if you need a trike, but no, he can do everything normally. He does not have a pacemaker. He didn't want a pacemaker.
I had a valve sparing surgery.
Valve sparing?
Yeah, I had an aneurysm on my aortic valve that was about to burst, and then went in there and put it back together and fixed my valve, and then I got stuck in AFib and A-flutter, which I know a lot of you know what that is, and was headed towards congestive heart failure, so I had to have an ablation on both sides. And everything. So hopefully I don't have to do it again.
Yeah, it didn't seem fun. Not at all. Pretty miserable.
Yeah, it's been 7 or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm still, recovering, but I haven't gone back to work yet.
Still on weight restrictions.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
All sorts of fun things. Somebody said, Randy's selling his bike. Eric needs to buy it. We talked about it.
Oh,
In the first PT Cruiser video, we did talk about buying that Harley because, it's a nice Harley. There's no doubt about it.
I probably would have, but he promised us a PT Cruiser, and we got there, and then he claimed it was a Prowler, and that's just ridiculous, the money we put up. And then he had the audacity to try to sell it to us wrecked.
The Prowler?
Yeah.
We tried to trade him the Prowler for the PT Cruiser. It didn't work. I don't know why.
I mean, same car.
Same car. Tyler should buy the Mercedes. Tyler's got lots on his plate, right? I mean, he just bought a Bugatti. Europe has 5 of these W111s that run between 21,000 and 42,000, which seems accurate. I mean, that's crazy. You could definitely clean this up, single stage paint. It's going to buff out, and it's going to be very nice after you clean it up. So it's got that going for it. 5,500. We got another bid. Oh, from M. Stearman. Who is M. Stearman? Is this the family? It's their only bid. Interesting. Maybe it just made this. Also, please don't bid if you're not buying, if it's someone from the live stream here. So that one's interesting. You kind of wonder. I know a lot of his family's still around, and they had donated it to the museum years and years and years ago, and maybe they want it back. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, it is an insane deal for a Fintail. Insane deal. Lots of time to binge counting cars. Yep, for sure. I am not interested in a 69 BMW. It could be Jimmy's World too. It could be. But he hasn't texted me about it, and you'd think he would send me a message. 5,600. 6,000. Somebody bid 6. Wow. It's the guy that really wants the car, it looks like, because somebody said that he was mostly bidding on other Mercedes. Yeah, he has been just bidding on other Mercedes. He bid on that 250 that looked very cool. I think the 250 is a beautiful car, but isn't the Fintail a little better looking? And I like our wheels better than the wire wheels. But that's a good looking car. Sold for 21,000. Here comes the action, guys. 6,200. 1 minute 38 seconds. 1 minute 37 seconds. 6,200. We're finally getting there. We're finally getting there. I'm getting excited. I hope you guys are excited too. This is the final minutes. Now, Bring a Trailer is one of those auctions where every bid in the last minute or 2 minutes extends the auction because we've got the progress bar now. So the auction could go on a bit longer than we're expecting here, and that would be amazing. But I'm just excited to see where it ends up. So I got to jump back. I can't. 6,500. 1 minute 50 seconds. There we go. All right. Well, guys, I'm happy. We have broken even on the car. Obviously, we did end up putting quite a bit into it. So at this point, at least we will get our money back out of the project. Hopefully, one of you guys is winning. That would be really, really cool. So anything after this is just icing on the cake. Not a lot of icing, but there's quite a bit of work into it. 6,600. Let's go. Diablo Dog. Shout out to him. ZGT598. Shout out to him. I had a 61 that I bought back in the 70s. Black with a red bench seat. Also went to Valley College around that time. A lot of people have fond memories of this car, and it makes sense. I mean, I'm sure it's amazing to drive. All the other old Mercedes sure have been as well. Guys, the manuals for a Ferrari F50 might end up bringing the same price as this whole car. It sells in 1 hour for thousands. Illuminated Lamborghini sign for 10,000. All right, where are we at? Let's jump back. 6,600. 1 minute, 10 seconds. 6,600. Counting it down. 18,000. Oh, awesome, Jason. Well, congrats. Congrats, Diablo Dog. 6,700. Jeff 911. Anytime I see Porsche stuff, I like translate it to a submodel. Like, oh, 911? You mean 991? 992? Can't even read the numbers right anymore. It's just strings of Porsche numbers. Yeah, I do have to give my dad something for helping. 6,800. 6,900. Diablo Dog back in the lead. All right, this is awesome. This is awesome. Is that going to be it? We got 1 minute and 43 seconds left. 69. I need some water. I'm getting too excited. Guys, we are in Coffeyville, Kansas at the moment. Will it bring 7? Anybody give me 6 bid 9? You know Diablo Dog? Cool. That's awesome. 6,900. 1 minute, 16 seconds. Isn't Coffeyville picturesque? Kind of picturesque. A lot of old buildings. A lot of old buildings. And it's a speed trap. That's the thing about Coffeyville, is it's mostly a speed trap. All the state troopers post up because the state line's in the city. Oh, we got some air. 7,000. 1 minute, 55 seconds. Timer reset. You know, I understand auctions with resetting timers. It definitely makes sense. 7,100. Because it's Diablo Dog back in the lead. Diablo Dog's winning. Jason's winning, guys. I don't, it seems like it would be a $20,000 car, but like I said, I think it's a $12,000 car, but maybe a lot more, right? If you polish it out, make it a driver again, it might just go right back on bring a trailer and bring the 20. I mean, that's really all you have to do is clean it up, make it drive, put it right back on BAT and let it eat. So, and I know somebody had reached out and asked if we would finish it, and I wasn't against it. I love the car, right? I love the history. I love the car. And I'd love to finish it. But the problem is it probably won't do many more views, right? I mean, it's just really not doing that well view-wise. It does like 20,000 views. But a PT Cruiser that's $2,000 that we go, buy from auto auction rebuilds, it does 4 times the views, right? I think it's doing 3 times the views, maybe 4 times the views. So the passion projects are really cool to me, but they also don't pay the bills, and that's all it comes down to. All it comes down to. 1,000 watchers on the auction. 7,500. Sorry guys, I'm not watching the auction. ZGT 598. He's the high bidder now. 127. 1 minute 25 left now. So guys, when you see the PT Cruiser video tonight, now that we have the boost turned up, it's absolutely hilarious. I wanted to hate that car so much, but it's weirdly really good now. Not really good. I should take the really off. It's good now. So we have turned up the boost on the PT Cruiser. We've done the mods. We added almost 50 horsepower. And why is the PT Cruiser good now?
Old neon.
It does. The thing is, it reminds us of our childhood with epic neons. 7,600 is the current bid, and it's Diablo Dog back in first place. Jason's doing it. He's doing it. We did not find a hood ornament for the PT Cruiser. We left the flying lady on there. I wouldn't say the Mercedes is paying the bills, because Brandon and I were splitting the profit on it. So it's lunch money. Total Tech hates all PT Cruisers. Look, I understand. I fully understand.
We can buy 2 more right now.
Can we buy 2 more right now?
He offered us last week. He said, I'll sell you both of those PT Cruisers.
Oh, those 2 PT Cruisers at that pawn shop.
Yeah. He's like, that guy hadn't been paying, so if you want them, I'll let you have them.
Wow. I don't want any more PT Cruisers.
Yeah, that's
it was a one-time thing. This was a one-time thing.
Somebody pawned 2 of them and has been paying on them for like 7 years.
Uh-oh. You got the plane taking off and the wife sitting there. You're in the middle of everything, Jason. 8,000. Wow. ZGT 598 is going for it, and he's not doing the $100 bids either. I'm a big fan of the bumping it up 100 at a time, but he keeps bumping it all the way. He's going all the way. We're at 8,000. Well, Jason, where are you flying? That's what we need to know. Where are you flying, and how much do you want to be in the car? The Z-Man wants this car. A 60s Riv would be really cool. You know, the Riviera that I want is the one where the headlights open like this. It's one of my favorite cars in the entire world. So if I can find one of those one of these days, 2 years, that's one of my favorite cars ever. And one of my neighbors has one. 8,200. Jason's back in the lead, guys. Flying to NYC. I love New York. Love New York. Sounds like fun. We're passing. Look at this. Passing that Kansas traffic. Putting in work. That was an exciting pass. Hopefully the very last one we have to make on this whole road trip. A new bidder, donate life. Interesting. Interesting. I gotta go check out their bid history. Wow. He's into some crazy stuff. All right. We're in Oklahoma right now. We passed the state line like 3 minutes ago or something like that. Oh no, connection unstable. All right. We still have signal. Get CGT is back in the lead, guys, at 9,500. Sorry, yeah, the cell phone is given up. We're almost to the top of a hill. We're almost to the top of this hill, and the cell phone signal will be back fully, I think. 9,500. Wow, guys. 1 minute, 8 seconds. Hopefully you guys can see me again. It says my connection's stable again. This is like a family heirloom kind of car. I told my dad I wanted to keep it. He was like, why? I was like, first of all, it's really cool, and it's just something we could keep forever. And he was immediately like, yeah, I agree. It was pretty funny. He went from why to I agree instantly. It was maybe one sentence. I just got a text from Tyler's favorite business partner. He was like, I told you it'd bring 10K. Not Bob, Rob. Rob that has the Cobra R and all those. He had the NSX who he bought. He wanted to buy this car too. It could be him. He could be bidding on it. Here we go. We're counting it down. 49 seconds. 9,800. 5. 39. Oh, ZGT back in the lead at $10,000. Woo! This isn't really a project Alex would take on, and it's not. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's such a hypothetical asking why I would sell it to legit street cars when it's going to sell to whoever buys it on Braintree. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, in agreement, we're not going back on. So I did tell Alex when I bought it, and he was like, that's cool. I don't work on old Mercedes. And I was like, I understand. Understandable. New Mercedes get the views, and Alex knows what's up. Yeah, he was a Mercedes tech, but he works on new Mercedes. I don't know if I never talked to Mike about it at all. So Monkey Wrench Mike could have been interested. I just don't know. ZGT holding on at 10,000. 1 minute left. We are at 1 minute on the dot. Free lift again. Oh, yeah. So we can work on things in my shop. We're going to change the brake fluid on the pizza on the grill. I have no idea. You know, maybe there might be a story that goes with it, but when we bought it, it never had the Mercedes emblem. So it has the holder for it. The top part that screws on is there, but the actual Mercedes star that sits on it wasn't there. 25 seconds, 24 seconds. We are at 10,000. CGT holding on to the lead. 18 seconds, 17 seconds, 16 seconds. Still at 10,000, guys. 12, 10. Counting it down. $10,000. for this piece of aviation history. Woo! I think it's sold. I think it's sold, guys. Sold. $10,000 to ZGT. Congrats to him. I need to leave a comment here. Man, everyone's kind of loving that it sold so apparently so cheap. I think this is right at the market, you know. But after he puts brakes on it, it might bring double. I think a lot of you guys in the comments are right. It could bring double. So who knows? I don't know. That's all obviously just can't think of the word suddenly. Just guessing. Yeah. Congrats to ZGT. Well, Jason, you fought hard. You fought a hard battle there. Took it all the way up to the top, basically. So shout out to you for bidding on it. Shout out to everybody else that's in here. If I don't know if the winner's in here, but saved from no divorce. Saved by the bell. That's pretty funny. All right. Well, if you are in here, feel free to stop by, pick it up, or send the shipper, and we'll work out a way to get it to you, and we'll go from there. Any of the parts that we took off, all the original stuff, any extra gaskets and everything like that, I should have said earlier, are all bagged up and on the passenger seat floorboard, ready to go. And that mirror that does obviously go on it will be wrapped up in bubble wrap and packed as well. So it'll all be put together and ready to rock for the next owner. And I think it's going to be a really cool project for them to just wrap up the last few things. Send it to a Mercedes shop and you're ready to go. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching the live stream. We are going to jump off and finish up our 1 hour of our trip left. And I'm pretty sure this will exactly be a wire. Wires are always preferred. Paul. Will we do another mini resort build? Maybe. Eric wants to build another house. Kind of.
A bigger one.
A much bigger one. That's the thing, is that house is a little small. We will not include the forbidden carb cleaner. We need that. That's a, it's an important thing to have around. And it's not something we can really buy more of either. You can buy more of it. If you guys, since you're watching the live stream, the secret place to buy the good carb cleaner, MSC Direct has like 20 buckets left at this point. Let's see. MSC Direct. And they have, I think it's 0905. Ooh, it could be all gone. Chem Dash Dip Professional. Guys, I think it's gone. Berryman products. That's not the professional, is it? Limited quantities. They don't say how much is left at this point. Well, now you guys know where to buy it. There's a couple left. Just limited quantities. Anyway, yeah, we're in Oklahoma. So we'll be back by the end of the night to do PT Cruiser things again. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for bidding. Hope you enjoyed the Mercedes series. And maybe you'll see more of it from the next owner. I don't know. If they reach out to me and tell me where it ends up, then I'll give you guys an update here in the future. So have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. I guess we should do the normal outro. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to the shop. WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you. Kind of.